we'll go with that one. We'll go with that one. But what we're talking about here?
I think Mansoor is the only person besides Undertaker that had like a special event, undefeated record.
Oh, Mansoor?
Yeah, he was undefeated. He wrestled every crown jewel and was undefeated at every crown jewel he wrestled in.
True.
Even when he had no other match all year long, and he was a talented wrestler that they just. And honestly, I think he had an undefeated streak. Period. He never lost a singles match or something like that on NXT. Yeah, I think he's only been pinned in a tag team or multiple right, like one-on-one. He's never lost in his WWE record, something like that.
Yeah, some of these records, if you look at it, you'll be like, wait a minute, people like R-Truth is still basically the champ. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the 24/7 champ. Yeah.
So I just want to make sure we're online. And okay, now we can hear.
Oh, great.
If you guys were watching us on talking about Halloween Havoc, it was a Halloween Havoc here because no mics wanted to pick Will up. We have racist mics. But anyway, Crown Jewels. Now, do you think the belt is really diamond?
I don't know if it's diamond, cubic zirconium, that thing you get at the art store. I just know it's gaudy as hell.
It's bedazzled or something, right?
For real. Like that's all it is. Like it's overly shiny for no reason. And then like what's gonna happen with the belt? Do you just wear it the night? Or like someone like Liv Morgan is gonna wear that with her regular belt for her entire reign. Like
if she wins, the belt is gonna be bigger than her. You don't see how tall that thing is?
I saw. It is ridiculous.
Like who is actually gonna want to wear that belt? Like you're gonna that's a shoulder belt now because you can't wear it. It's gonna be hitting you in the chin and stuff like that, you know.
I don't know. I don't think it was the best idea.
No, it was ridiculous, you know. Now, if you wanted to stand out, I was gonna say that. Like, if you wanted to stand out or something like that, maybe get a crown with diamond, with bedazzled or whatever.
They honestly should have just done a King of the Ring with an over-the-top crown, headed for crown jewel, and still do your champion versus champion match, but still.
Or it could have still been a nice belt, green belt, but you didn't have to use the big thing. But anyway, let's go with this was a 4-way, right? For the women's tag team championship.
First, before we even get to that, there's still discussion on if there might be any additions to it to this event.
Okay.
So no, to this not to the match.
To the event. Yes.
So if we don't predict something that gets added or matches get changed because there have been injuries or whatever, like that's just a forewarning. Like we're working with what we got, what they have on the internet as of us doing this live right now.
Right.
So we'll talk about any changes later. So just want to preface that.
Yeah. Because there are, like, basically they always say subject to change right? Because you never know.
But yeah, so in this particular case, you got the fatal 4-way tag team championship: Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, Kairi Sane, Io Sky, Lash Legend, and Jakara Jackson, and Chelsea Green and Piper Niven for the women's tag team championship. All I know is I want Lash Legend, Jakara Jackson to win. Period.
Why?
Have you seen Lash Legend?
Yeah, but still.
Have you seen Lash Legend?
Why?
That's why.
Okay. It's a man thing. But is it time for Chelsea?
No. Nope.
What was Piper's old name before?
It was always Piper Niven.
No. When she first came, remember?
Yeah.
No, she had a different name. And then she changed it. I forgot the name. When she first came to WWE, they had a different name, and then she went back to her original name.
Wait, when she came to the main roster, you mean?
Yeah, they had her with
I don't remember what her main roster name was, but I'm like, she was always Piper Niven because I've been watching her since NXT UK.
Yeah. But because I know she had a different name, but maybe because remember they were pushed up. So are they just adding them just to make a little, color type of thing, make it a little nicer?
Let's just be real. We know that they are good wrestlers. Chelsea Green is a former women's champion, I think in other leagues. But, she's definitely always been a top contender. Piper Niven should have won the NXT UK championship. So having them fight for a tag title, I just don't like their tag team gimmick. I hate that tag team gimmick of like the one person who does everything,
Yeah.
and then
And then the other person gets the credit.
right? That's a personal thing for me.
Yeah, but I honestly, I'm gonna have to say it's gonna stay unless they want to do a shocker. But they don't really do too much shockers in Crown Jewel.
All I'm saying is Piper Niven easily could be a solo wrestler.
Yeah. But do they want her to be? That's the thing, because they never had to push her back up, and then if they do, what's going to happen to Chelsea Green? Dewdrop. You see, yeah, I knew there was a different name. She had another name, but if they give it to Nevins to do single, Chelsea's gonna get lost.
No, she isn't. That's the whole thing. Chelsea was so. First off, anybody that knows Chelsea Greens knows that Zack Ryder is a dude, right? Like,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She's done solo runs in other places and was very successful. She is actually very talented in ring. She's been screwed out of a couple different championships, won a couple different championships. She doesn't need to be a tag team wrestler. I think they've been marketing her that way because they made her the super dumb whatever. Mm-hmm. And I kind of miss Killer Bridal Chelsea Green.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. You can't give her the gimmick now that you have the Wyatt 6 thing going on.
Yeah, but I think now her being like a stuck up type of girl, it plays it.
But I'm just saying, like, you literally can have her be the same character and go on a singles run. I think Piper Niven needs to be the opposite of Nia Jax. I don't think they need to be a tag team. And I definitely don't think they need to win this championship.
Oh, they're not going to win this championship. It's going to stay. It's going to stay. It's going to stay with Jay and Bianca.
After all the talk of them splitting up from the last thing, I think this is the opportunity for them to move the titles, and that's why I'm saying, look, NXT needs to get some more, viewership. The women's championship can go to all 3 brands, even the minor league brand. I think Lash Legend proved that she can keep up with the main roster, and if those girls get the belt, it does a lot for the belt.
Hey, Karma, how's it going? Yeah, but I actually think I'm wondering why the thing didn't come up, but I can see why. My page was on private, so here
always
we go.
Is.
Yeah, I gotta keep remembering to pop that up. But how you doing? I don't know if they should break up here. Because to me, Crown Jewels is just let me just do this to make them happy type of thing. So it's not really like.
Well, I mean, here's the X factor for you, right? We're talking about a women's tag team championship in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
no, I mean, like, do you get my point?
Yeah, who's gonna you're woman chauvinist anyway? Why we gonna give you a championship?
No, that's not even my point.
So,
what's your favorite part to women wrestling? You ain't gonna see none of it.
Oh, that's right. I'm not gonna. You're gonna tell me I'm not gonna see Jade?
Nope.
With her muscular booty. Oh my goodness gracious.
Nope. They're gonna be fully covered up, overheated, and upset in the ring.
No.
Just give it to Lash Legend and Jakar Jackson and move on.
No buenos. No.
You see what I'm saying?
No. We can't go like that. Because that's why I watch Jay anyway.
I know.
Yeah. The torque. She said what? The twerking and wrestling is going to be a main event. Laugh out loud.
I mean,
I don't even know. I don't even think she's going to be doing that there.
Who?
Bianca and them.
They can't.
They can't because they're going to be in a place where they're supposed to be the lady.
No, I don't know if lady is the right term, but definitely something of the sort.
Yeah. So they won't be doing any twerking or nothing like that. Oh, man. I might have to just do like a little flashback, Hey, Dennis, how's it going? Everybody popping up here. It is time for that wrestling, So if you are a wrestling fan or a fan of ours, just thank you guys for coming to watch. But we're talking about the Crown Jewels, which is going to be starting tomorrow, right?
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
So it's tomorrow.
I mean, the whole thing started today, the kickoff show. Triple H's, he landed a couple hours ago, and they were already talking about Ricochet's girlfriend.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's jump to that little gossip, wrestling gossip right now. So Samantha Urban was a good announcer. she left. Everybody was like, wish you luck where you going.
Yeah.
We're gonna miss you. But then she goes to a podcast and says, I don't really like wrestling and I didn't really like announcing.
No.
I just did it.
That's not what she said.
So it's stating it in the thing.
What she said was, I left WWE because I didn't want to be an announcer anymore. She said, I was hoping that announcing would be my way through the door.
Yeah, but she did say I never liked an announcing,
and it would lead to something more. I wanted to be a manager or something, possibly do more with the company. But WWE only had plans for me to be an announcer, so I left. She never said she didn't like wrestling.
No, she said on the podcast, I watched it, she said, I never really liked wrestling. It was supposed to be only a one-day thing, and I wind up doing it all. I don't like it. But here's my thing to Samantha, if you're listening. You could have just sat there, be quiet. You're starting to do all these baseball games and starting to show your singing career. It would have probably pushed you.
No,
WWE might.
It wasn't. No, but that's why she left. She said and here's my thing. What's not being said is whether or not there was full-on discussions about what she desired.
Right. Oh, that's true. That's true.
But from what she said WWE had no plans for me to be anything more than an announcer, which means it sounds like she spoke to somebody and they told her it's not happening anytime soon. So she said deuces.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that does make sense. And plus, her fiance is not there.
He's not there, and he's at a different circuit, and she didn't want to do the same thing there either.
Yeah.
So I mean,
and it was funny because he goes to the podcast. He was like, "I was as shocked as you guys because she called me when she left. Like, I guess she was supposed to stay there where the old announcer came back.
Lillian Garcia, yeah.
She was only supposed to do one thing, but she said, "I'm leaving," and she left.
Yeah.
During that moment. So that's why Garcia stood there the whole
night,
day.
Messing up everything.
Oh my God. Messing up the calls and everything. But, I guess she doesn't really know everybody like that no more.
Yeah, she was not. She was there to do one thing, and they asked her to do more. She was just like, I guess.
Yeah, like where he's from? 100 pounds? No, he looked like about good 300. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like she screwed up a lot, but she laughed about it.
There's nothing you can do but laugh about it because at the end of the day,
she's a veteran. So what are you gonna do
anymore?
But now she's thinking about coming back full time. So because they need someone. Mm. Let's find out.
Why don't they just move up the black girl with the faux hawk from NXT?
Well, she's good in NXT.
Well,
if they move her from NXT, who they got?
NXT is where you train people.
Yeah, but then who you have?
So train another damn announcer.
Well, yeah. Because she's good too.
This ain't rocket science.
Yeah. Let's put it out there. We definitely need another female because I think female are good announcers. It depends. Like Garcia was good, but Samantha had that oomph in it, and even the wrestlers said when she announced it, they got hype. They were hyper, and that's what announcers are supposed to do. Like let's get ready to rumble. When that guy does that, everybody gets so hyped. You just got to find your niche, and I don't think some of the guys did it. Like I was just gonna say why they don't put, but he has a podcast. He has so much stuff. Because when he came out with "It's Fight Night," like he was taking over the announcing table, so he's good for it. But put Michael Cole, okay,
he's already there. Why would he be an announcer?
Yeah, he's not even. To me, I don't find him as great as everybody thinks he is.
Michael Cole is long lasting. He's not even great. Like really, if you think about it, I don't hear a lot of people talk about JR and the King, but like honestly, a lot of the stuff that they coin, phrases, things like that, are used not just used in WWE. They're used.
We have a comment. Naya really likes your hat. She loves Naruto. So yeah, because half of the times, I don't see them. It's a mixed match every time they go with Michael because Michael tries to outdo some people, and you can feel like it's not because he's trying to do good. It's more of a jealousy. No, you ain't gonna outdo me. Getting on the table. That's not you, Michael. Sit your down. Leave it to these guys because they love to, especially when he goes yeet, and he's on the table. That's him. Yeah. That's not you. Flipping the pencil. That's him. That's not you. Like, stop trying to do what they're doing.
So here's the thing about Michael Cole. It is Michael Cole.
Yeah.
If you remember watching Michael Cole from being in a backstage announcing guy to finally get into the desk and all that.
When you got to say his name correctly. He's the undefeated in WrestleMania Michael Cole.
We're not doing
We're not doing
It's Crown Jewel. It's not even WrestleMania. It's Crown Jewel.
He's an undefeated.
Well, either way, he's always been someone who evolves, right? Whether or not you like him because he's unoriginal,
yeah.
But that's what he does. He takes what people likes, or he sees that people likes, and then he tries to do it himself. And I think part of what was charming about it when he was younger was that he was the awkward young guy learning, and I think that's part of his bit. Is that like now it just seems like, oh wait, you're just copying people, but when he was the young announcer copying from the OGs, it was adorable because it's like he's finally doing what his idols would do. You know
and he would have been. A lot of people like, wonder why they taking him out of here, out of there. If you guys don't know from backstage, he was in a heated situation with all the wrestlers because he came out on the podcast and said, if it wasn't for me, the wrestlers won't be nobody.
Yeah.
That turned on, they were going to really beat him. So that's why he had to take off a couple of days vacation. No, they had to bring down the heat. And then still, when he came back, people didn't want to even talk to him. So you see some of the wrestlers, when they say something to Michael Cole, it's because they really saying it. It's like they don't care.
Like him,
They don't like him. I thought like Bailey used to say, what, Michael Cole? See, you don't know what you're talking about. I thought it was part of the act, and I found out that no, she was actually telling him off. And then part of it was the act.
Yeah, of course.
But then when he said that, she really went in. So that's why a lot of people, that's why they had to bring out so many announcers to test out the water, you know. Booker T, I don't know if he's a good announcer. He's funny.
Announcer?
I mean, table talker guy. I don't know.
No, he is. He's great on NXT. I love it. It's
but
just that
I can't really call him an announcer. I can't call him a play-by-play.
Well, that's the thing. He's not a play-by-play guy. He's a color commentator.
Yeah, but
and that's the whole thing. I think people forget that when you have the people at the desk, there are two separate jobs. Yes, they do get muddled, right?
Right.
You have the color commentator and the play-by-play guy. Michael Cole is boring enough to be a play-by-play guy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Booker T is the veteran who's a color commentator, like how the King was to JR, right? The King was a guy who did the stuff in the ring and could give you that expert perspective and be very flamboyant, while JR could break down the play-by-play, and yet still he was very colorful. I mean, I don't think anyone else has made the word slobber knocker that much fun.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I like Booker T when he argues with the guy back and forth.
Yeah.
And then when he was like, so Booker, why you don't say what you said before the thing? He was like, that's not the point. That's not the point. You know. And then when he's always saying, you see, why is he cheating to win? And then when the bad guy cheats, he said, you see, he does what he has to do. He says, why is he's good at cheating? He says, listen, you got to stay ready. You don't have to get ready.
He was fun. Because I mean, that's the whole thing. Booker T was someone who played both sides. He was better as a villain, I feel. But there were times where you could root for him as the good guy because somebody janked, did him janky. You know? So, I mean, Booker was great in ring, he's great out the ring. I mean, even his wrestling is a small ring, produces people like Roxanne Perez.
Yeah.
So, like, he's good at what he does there. Yeah. He's probably one of the best the industry has ever had.
Even when Roxanne turned bad.
Oh, that was great.
The guy was like, oh, Booker, look what she's doing. Ain't she your girl? He was like, she's a wrestler right now. She's not my girl. She's a Oh, but all the other times it's his girl.
You know? Right.
She's a wrestler. She's doing what she needs to do.
Yep. Sometimes you have to grow and evolve.
Yeah. So he's one of those. Come on, he's the one that made Trick's song even more hype.
Yeah, you really did though. It's crazy.
Yeah, because nobody can say whip that trick without saying, huh?
Oh yeah,
man. So, shout outs to him. And that's what we need. Sometimes I don't understand what the heck he's saying. Like, well, I'm going more. And then even the guy was like, could you speak English? Because I didn't understand one word. He said, doesn't matter what I say. But when they get two guys like that, it makes the wrestling a little bit better.
I mean, don't get me wrong. What Michael Cole said was wrong. Like, he did not make the wrestlers, but he does make wrestling more fun.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that's where he was trying to go. Like the wrestlers would have not, the people would have not known about the wrestlers if it wasn't for me. Maybe
not even,
because if you think about it, when you're watching TV, without volume, just watching TV for the first time watching wrestling, you ain't gonna know who the hell wrestling unless you see the words come up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why he's trying to say like. He tells the stories about them.
But that's the whole thing, like, right? Like his job. What I like to do is I use soccer as my best example of this, right? If you watch soccer with American sportscasting, there's a reason why Americans don't like soccer, right? Watch it on Telemundo, change your whole life.
Oh, yeah.
Right? The announcers get so excited about the most simple thing. I feel like even the language itself helps to make basically a pass from right wing to the left, like just more interesting, right? Because there's more to say. It's more flamboyant of a language.
Even if you don't know soccer, you know something good happened because they get mad loud.
They get whatever. You don't even know what's going on, what's happening. There's just way more emotion from the announce teams. And I mean, I was in Curacao this past summer, right?
Right.
Down there, almost every soccer game in every league is done in just Spanish. I've never watched so much soccer, not just because it was on, but because I was actually interested. They got the announcers got me into the game. I only understand like a third of what's being said, and I'm just like, this seems like a lot of fun, right?
I like some of them when they were like, go, go, and then they shoot to the dugout area, and you hear the band, like they get all carried away.
That's my whole thing. Like it's an experience, right? Wrestling is not an experience without the announcers. I mean, if you go to a live wrestling event, the lights and sounds can be cool if the crowd is into it. But it's not the same where I feel like if I'm watching with my buddies at home, and I hate to say this, but like with Michael Cole and them or whatever, like their reactions make it better. Like UFC without Joe Rogan is not the same. Yeah. There's certain people, certain announce teams that just elevate what you're watching. It doesn't take away from the talent that you're seeing. You're still seeing the same cool, incredible stuff, but it's nice to get, like if you have people to get hyped with.
Yep.
To get hyped with, you know what I'm saying?
It's the same. It's the same with baseball.
Yeah.
I took my son and I warned him. There's no announcers. You can't hear the announcers. And when I took him, he was like, "It's kind of boring," because the crowd wasn't.
If the crowd is into it, it's better than when the announcers are there because now everybody's doing the wave. They got the songs. Everybody's singing like. The crowd makes the experience at a live event more so than the announcers or even the people doing the stuff in the ring sometimes. Or in the, if you go to the Garden, right, you're watching the Knicks can be playing the game, but if the crowd's not into it, you're not going to get into it.
So I already warned him because he wants to go see wrestling. And I told him, I said, there's no announcers. It's going to be like baseball. And if the crowd is boring, it's going to be boring. Yeah. So you ain't going to know. He said, well, you can do it play-by-play. I said, I ain't going to be sitting here doing play-by-play. I want to watch.
Right.
Yeah, let's get back to this crown jewel with the bedazzle belt. So they have LA Knight versus
Andrade.
Right, I was gonna try to say the whole name. I can never say his whole name. Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes for the United States Championship.
I want Carmelo to win, but I know he's not going to.
I was gonna say that if Carmelo wins. It would give so much of an attitude to this belt because it's him.
He is him.
It's him.
I'm sorry, but LA Knight, I feel like he's fun to follow when he's going for the belt. Him as champion has been kind of meh.
Yeah, it's been a boring championship.
We've seen Andrade have the belt.
Yeah.
Right? We've seen him have the belt, and he's a cool champion, but there's a reason why Zelina Vega was the mouthpiece. Let's just be real. But Carmelo held a brand on his back.
Yeah.
Right? And he has so much attitude and spunk. Honestly, again, I feel like what they've done to NXT has been a huge mistake in rebranding it back to being the minor league. That having Carmelo win the United States belt opens an opportunity to do what happened with Kevin Owens and John Cena.
Yep.
Because Trick and Melo have some history.
Yep.
So I feel like there's so much more that can happen with the belt to make it relevant again. Because I remember we were for the longest just like, who has the United States belt before even LA Knight won it, right?
Yeah, because it's not.
No one. It's not as big as the Intercontinental. I'm sorry.
And they gave it to LA Knight thinking that it was going to be big. The only thing that big about LA Knight and the belt was that's it.
Yeah.
But his matches, like I even asked people that like him. So name me one of his favorite match. They'd be like, exactly.
Well, I will honestly say the match against Roman Reigns, when Reigns was defeating everybody, was his best match.
But probably a lot of people don't even remember.
Oh,
that's the problem. That's the problem.
I honestly, with the ride that he had, with the hype that was going into it, and then actually in ring, I would say in his entire WWE career, it wasn't the match where he wins the belt. His best match is a loss to Roman Reigns for the World Championship belt.
I know. One of our Rock Award winners. He's a big fan of LA Knight. He got the dial and everything. Bob Mill from New Jersey, but I could say he ain't gonna. My prediction is Carmelo.
I think Carmelo should win it. I think LA Knight will win it.
Yeah, no, yeah. Put it like that because I keep forgetting it's crown jewels. They don't really change
They
too
don't
much.
do too much, but it's not even that. It's just that WWE invested a lot to make Knight a champion.
But this story will be good because they can blame it on Andres for losing. The LA Knight can blame him for losing the belt, and then they two can fight, and then he can go back for the belt. You know what I mean?
Maybe
we can do something like that. It's a three-way. It's a three-way.
I want Carmelo to be the champion, man. I really do.
Because you think about it, in all my times, you know, since I was young, about 2 years ago, watching wrestling. But in a triple threat, there's always the opportunists, the ones that win. Can you see LA Knight crawling to?
Yes.
I can't see that.
I can see him doing.
I can't see him doing that. Mellow, I can see.
But I can see
like hiding, and then as soon as someone boom, 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 he'll come in. I can see him doing that.
Here's the thing. I don't know if you remember LA Knight's character before he was in WWE. That's why.
Oh, okay.
When LA Knight was on, I believe it was Impact. He was very much an opportunist. So on his rise that, took him into WWE and whatnot, I think they had to build him as a wrestler. But he still has it in him to be an opportunist.
We'll see. What you guys think? I know, like I said, Bob Mill already going to pick LA Knight. We got a couple of singers that I know that like LA Knight. I'm like...
I'm not against LA Knight.
But he didn't bring that into the not him.
He hasn't had a chance.
That's what I'm saying. Not him.
His title reign has been maybe 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah, and they haven't had that many matches.
In fact, this match is pretty much built off the fact that there have been two people fighting for his belt. That he hasn't been a part of it until Game 7.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they haven't given him enough of a storyline to really critique him as a champion, other than in ring. And I feel like that's not fair. Which is why I'm like, if Carmelo doesn't win now, I get it. But I also see Carmelo being treated the way Kofi Kingston has historically. And I don't see them really giving him the opportunity for the two big belts. That I think it's best to, give him an opportunity, go for and give him the United States Championship, see what he does with it. So that way he can further his career to the big belt later. Because that's what they couldn't. How do you deny Kofi Kingston a chance at being WWE champion with 5, 6 different IC championships, 3, 4 US championships, multiple tag team championships? That's something that Carmelo's going to have to do to prove that, people like me, the company can invest in me, and they need to take a shot on me the way they did in NXT.
Yeah. So, and if you see the picture that's up right now,
he even looks best with the belt.
No, the belt is on LA Knight's shoulder, but it looks like it's on Carmelo.
You know what I'm saying?
It looks like it's on Carmelo's shoulder. So you don't know, but listen, maybe not tomorrow, but Carmelo should have it just to have an attitude with the belt.
I think you're going to see the best of Carmelo Hayes.
Oh my God!
As a champion,
he's going to be so freaking annoying that it's going to be so great.
And I'm sorry, but WWE, I feel like they lack good, funny villains. And I don't mean that in the and that's the thing. That's why Ethan Page with me doesn't resonate. He's a little too goofy. But I feel like Carmelo is a perfect bad guy, right?
Yes.
Where he's believable in ring, he's believable out the ring. Sometimes he can be a little comedic with him trying to screw people over at the end and running and scurrying like a little cockroach. But it's fun. I enjoy him.
He actually reminds me of Edge.
Yes.
He reminds me of Edge. Edge was so cocky when he got his belt.
Oh.
Then he used to scream off like he was scared of people. But then he'll come in and win the match when he was he was the opportunist.
Edge is probably one of the best villains of all time, arguably the best.
Yes.
I'm not going to say he's the best, but you can definitely he should be in everybody's top 5 villains.
At least.
And Carmelo Hayes definitely gives me Edge vibes all the time.
Yeah, because this is what we need.
If you mix Edge with Spike Dudley.
Yeah.
And a little bit of gangster.
Yes. Yeah, because you can imagine someone like Carmelo having the belt. It is going to be a ticket parade on Monday Night Raw. He's just going to come down and do all this and, having cheerleaders probably. A big thing.
That's why they should do it. Carmelo Hayes wins the belt at Crown Jewel, and on Monday night, Carmelo's about to have a celebration, and LA Knight comes to ruin it.
There you
I
go.
love it.
There you go. And then it starts a whole thing again. And who knows? Because there's other people for that belt, but they need to bring this belt back up.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It haven't been really great since I could say Kevin Owens having it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the Miz had it before Kevin Owens, right? Kevin Owens was So since Kevin Owens, I haven't really seen this belt defended in the greatness.
I feel like the U.S. Championship is the weakest of the 4 big titles. And I
think it has to do with this the 7 match. It took too long to bring up the belt, and so we'll find out. But we both agree that Carmelo Hayes should take it, but LA Knight, I think, probably is going to stay with it. But speaking of Kevin Owens, best friends,
opportunists.
Kevin Owens, Randy Orton. This one was a friendship where I was like, wow, why?
Well, at the end of the day,
I knew it was going to happen. It's Kevin Owens.
It makes sense, right? It makes sense that the two of these guys fight each other. They're too much alike, and at no point can you trust either one of them.
I even said it, like, people were like, I just think it was a little too soon, but it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Come on, you have Randy Orton who tells you, hey, I'm a snake. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. He's the Viper.
I'm a Viper. I don't. Things happen. This is the guy that over here giving RKOs to people and then just smug his head like, you should have known. You know what I mean? So, and then Kevin Owens they told him from the beginning, you can never trust him. He goes through friends like nothing.
Yeah.
So it was bound to happen, but I don't know why they did it with Randy Orton and not shoot him out for the belt. But then I understood. I was like, okay, he has to fight champion versus champion, so he don't have a story.
Right.
Let him do it with Randy. Randy all day. I have to take it. But they pushing Orton. I mean, Kevin Owens.
Yeah, I'm going KO on this one because so Randy is now essentially just playing the protector,
the John Cena role.
No, not even. I mean, he's. I'm not saying that he's here to push people. I'm saying Randy Orton right now is playing Cody Rhodes' protector, right? It's like, hey, we just took on the bloodline. We broke up the bloodline. Like, we need to stick together right now until the bloodline is eradicated. Is what Randy Orton is doing. Kevin Owens essentially betraying him on that front. And when that happens, KO is coming for the belt. Like KO never forgets that he wants to be number one.
Yeah.
Right? That's number one thing. Randy Orton can put stuff aside when he sees an enemy because he's focused on taking out like whoever pissed him off. He doesn't care about the belt. He wants to just take out anybody who pissed him off.
Because he was going for the belt, but then they came back and messed him up again. He was like, oh, you know what?
I got to take him out in order for me to get the belt. Kevin Owens just like, I'm going for the belt. I don't care who's in the way. I'm going for the belt. So KO needs to push over Orton to say that he's next in line for Cody's belt. Now that Solo's out the way and Roman has to earn his spot. It's like, you go handle your family affairs. I'm the guy going for the belt. You might even see KO versus Roman before you get KO to Cody. But I can see Roman still being busy with the bloodline stuff, like way that Jay couldn't shake off Jimmy even on a whole other show. True. KO is probably going to get first dibs on Cody's belt, and Cody's going to want a bit of revenge after KO coming for him. So Cody very much is like, anybody who wants it can come get it. So I can see that happen. So I'm going to go KO over Orton. That way KO can fight Cody.
Yeah, I think that's what is going to happen. But it is going to be a fight. This is going to be a big fight.
That could honestly, I'm sorry to say, but considering who it is, they might steal the show with the best match of the night.
And I was even thinking they ain't going to be no winner. They're going to get fighting so much, they're even going to go to the back.
Don't do that.
You know what I mean?
Don't do that.
They probably do something like that.
I hope they don't do that.
Yeah.
This isn't a
double count out?
This isn't, yeah, exactly. I don't want that. That's good. No. We can definitely settle Randy versus KO. Hands down. No problem.
Yeah, it could happen. Let's see what the verdict will be, but it's going to be a big one. No matter what it is, this is going to be the one big fight where I know it's going to take, like you said, it might just take the whole show. It just might.
I think this is going to be the match that people are going to be talking about at the end of Crown Jewels.
Yeah. But we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to hit the last 4 matches.
Yep.
Our prediction. So get ready. It's going to be Crown Jewels, Bedazzle award. So
I hate that,
I know, right? We'll be right back.
Hey everybody, I'm Will D.
I am Javier Luis.
I'm Alex Polanco.
I'm Apollonia Cruz.
And I'm Kelly Cooper.
I am Shirley Phillips.
I am Emmanuel Anzule. Do you know 1 in 4 women will experience domestic violence
During their lifetime.
And domestic violence and abuse can happen to anyone,
regardless of gender, race, or other factors?
2 out of 3 homicide cases are
Females who were killed by a family member or intimate partner.
As domestic violence victims, they face high rates of depression,
Sleep disturbances,
anxiety,
flashbacks, and other emotional distresses.
And without help, witnesses of domestic violence are more vulnerable to become abusers themselves.
Thus continuing the cycle of violence in the next generation.
Hello, I'm Charles Aloma. Join the LDM network in a safe horizon and take a step into changing these facts. So if you are or know someone that is being abused, please call the City Domestic Hotline at 1-800-621-4673. So that is 1-800-621-HOPE.
speak up,
Speak out.
And make a difference.
And just know that you don't have to deal with this alone. There is help.
All right. Well, welcome back. More talk about crown jewels and the bedazzle belt. Now everybody gonna be like bedazzle belt, but yeah, we were just talking about Kevin Owens with Randy. Good luck on that match. It might, who knows? It might turn around and be something else. But
He's a show stealer.
yeah. But speaking of show stealers, they got one back at the back, and here it is where Steph freaking Rollins versus the big Bronson Reed.
How bad of a nickname is Big?
Like, you already know he big.
Yeah, right?
Right?
Like, you gotta say it?
Yeah. Imagine when he lose weight. He changes his name.
No, it just goes back to Bronson Reed.
Yeah, because he's not even tall or nothing, so you can't even say that.
Fat.
Round, I don't know. But will he squash him again?
Nah, it's gonna be Seth.
Oh yeah, it's all day because Steph has to prove himself to come back up for that belt. But it is a crazy match. I can see. You know what? That'd be funny if the Monster of Men just comes up, because he still haven't finished his problem with him.
No, he got the win technically.
Yeah, but they still haven't really.
No, they broke the ring, and then Seth stomped.
Oh yeah,
him
that's
out,
right. That's right.
and so like
Okay.
he has no vested interest unless he comes in to interfere to help Seth the way Seth helped him. That's about it. And I don't, they haven't.
This is going to be a real challenge for Steph, because you got this big guy. Unless you stomp him, none of his moves are really. How you going to get the pedigree on him? Can't even wrap his arm. You know what I mean?
Falcon's arrow.
You can't even do that. How you gonna pick him up? You do an elbow from the top rope. You just hitting pillows.
Yeah, I don't know why he agreed to do this match not as a hardcore match of any sort.
Because none of his matches are going to be effective. So how is he going to do it? That's where the match is going to be good, because the expectations. Oh,
see, you say that, but it sounds like it's going to pretty much be Bronson Reed beating the crap out of him for 80% of the match. Him occasionally getting a counterattack that gets squashed by Bronson Reed again. Bronson Reed will miss a squash or some sort of slam or something. Seth will then take the opportunity to stomp him, the end.
True. Or referee's not looking, gets him by something. Hits him with something. I don't know.
Seth Rollins finished with a stomp, maybe multiple stomps.
Oh no, he has to finish with the stomp.
No, that is my prediction. Seth Rollins finishing with a stomp, multiple stomps off of a Bronson Reed miscue.
Yeah, because there's no way, like, anything in his arsenal I can't see taking out Bronson Reed. So unless he's gonna dig in that bag more and bring out something.
Coming back from injury, Seth usually comes back with something new.
Yeah.
So. But
yeah, the stomp is all day. He even showed that he stomped him and knocked him out. So he has to do the stomp. But how is he gonna get it prepared? Face to face, because now he's not in the back. He's not. Face to face, so it's going to be kind of hard. Tsunami, at least one.
Oh, definitely.
At least one.
Definitely. That's going to have to kick out of that at least once in the match to be like, I'm better than I was before.
Or maybe not even kick out. Maybe he'll do one and just be like, you know what, I'm going to go back up and do another one, and that's when he screws up. Could be that, But For Bronson Reed, for being a big boy, he does get up there.
I
He
honestly
does.
feel like Bronson Reed was screwed out of multiple championship opportunities when he was on NXT. So I'm not surprised by it. I've been watching him since he joined the
Give
Performance
him
Center.
the
So.
well, we can't give him the North because that's in the NXT.
No, that's what he got screwed out of.
Yeah.
Nah, but
So if they ever give him a belt, maybe the United States probably. Or
Intercontinental.
yeah, I was gonna say.
I mean, literally, right now, that's the place to go for.
Because the IC belt right now is still trying to push itself up there.
Exactly.
So,
And even though Big Dog got it, right? Like,
yeah.
He just also lost it, and it kind of feels like a forced give back because they didn't know who to give it to, and making a run for that title maybe as the next contender or the contender after. Bronson Reed has a good chance of getting that title and holding it for at least 3 pay-per-views, I feel.
Yeah, at least. Like I said, always said, I think they gave it, like you said, force. Who we're gonna give it to? All right, let's give it back to him. And it didn't seem right, it didn't feel right, but I understand the story. I understand where it all goes because as long as he would have had that belt, he would have never helped his brother and Roman because he has the belt. He's like, nope, I got my own life. But
well, he just needed a reason to turn on his brother. That's all.
Yeah.
Between the old guys that screwed you over and the new guys you want nothing to deal with, what vested interest do you have in this fight? And that's why he was just like, I'm not teaming up with either side.
Yeah.
But now these guys are coming and forcing themselves into my match, and they're screwing me out my title. And he's someone with pride where he doesn't want to win cheating.
Right.
So
I already knew that was going to happen when he told his little brother, the next time I see you, it's going to be different. Like, why would you have to say that? Well, you just could have walked away. But as an ego, he was like, what? I know this boy didn't just threaten me in front of my tribe. I already knew he was going to go, but he was so called, I'm helping him. I'm helping you win. Win what? You mean keep the belt? First of all,
he was winning the match.
He already has the belt, so you ain't going to help him win the belt. You're helping him keep the belt. But this is what happens when you got guys that don't know how to talk. Start, talking. They get on a mic. But at least he's doing a little bit better. Not as, because remember Roman was there too. He had to get help from his from Heyman and The Rock to help him out. So shout outs to him. At least now he's Steph was the talker.
Yeah, Steph was always the mouthpiece.
The whole Shield. You had Steph talking, and that's why they pushed him more before the other two. So, but let's see what happens. It's gonna be a real freaking hard decision with Steph. I don't think. No, he don't have no enemies, right? Right now, none of them.
No.
Yeah, so we'll be Steph with the stomp. Yeah.
Steph definitely still has enemies.
No, but not unless CM Punk comes out.
I mean, maybe, but I mean, even still, Drew and him aren't exactly on the best of terms, and Drew's just petty.
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying. Like
CM Punk comes down, the thing Drew's gonna come down too.
You know what I'm saying? Like
so that's gonna be a long fight.
That's because no one stays healthy long enough between the 3 of them
to even finish. Like, come on now. But then you have
the first crown jewel matchup.
The first
for the belts.
Now we can say bedazzled because it's the women's crown jewels. Nia Jax, she's getting good looking. Nia Jax is starting to lose a lot of weight there. Versus Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan all day.
That's who you want to win, or who you just find hotter.
Damn.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
They both hot, but
I mean, honestly, I think.
I'm just saying because Dominic is in the play there, but then you have Tiffany time.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. It's 2-on-1, right? You got Dominic and Rodriguez.
I forgot. Yeah.
It's Tiffy time. The thing about it is, Rhea Ripley can't interfere in the match either.
Yeah,
because she's out on injury. And I think Nia Jax was feuding with Bayley, who doesn't have a vested interest because she doesn't like Liv Morgan either.
Yeah, so damn, see.
But Nia Jax can handle Dominic and Liv Morgan on her own.
Oh, Nia, yeah.
So it's just Tiffy versus Rodriguez.
And like you said, maybe Bayley pop up or something.
I mean, at the end of the day, too, Liv Morgan can call in all of her men behind her too,
Yeah.
if need be, to distract the referee, because they can't. It's not like they can really
But
interfere in the match.
they can't because they don't like men on woman violence over there in Crown
But
Jewel.
that's what I'm saying. They can't hit the woman, right? They don't like the WWE doesn't like it either. But they can, the same way Dominic's going to be there interfering with the referee, whatever. It's just that Dominic is going to. I mean, Nia Jax in the match, she's going to hit Dominic at some point.
Yeah.
We know this, right?
Yeah, Nia Jax don't care.
The rest of them can mess with the referee. The rest of them can run around the ring and distract. Like, you know what I'm saying? They can pull her out the ring when she needs to save. That's what I'm saying. It's her whole crew versus Nia Jax every time.
It would be a big thing because you have two people, Nia Jax and Rodriguez, who don't care for no religion of theirs, don't care for their coaches. They care for wrestling. So if they have to hit one of the men, they're going to hit one of the men to make the show even better. So it is going to be a big thing, but I still say it's Liv's time right now to shine. Because you can imagine her with that belt and Rhea comes back talking about, I took your belt, I took your man, and I took the first belt. Her ego is going to shoot.
But what happens if Nia's winning takes out Liv and Tiff has the chance to use the money?
True. Or Liv wins the crown jewel belt, but still gets kind of hurt. Tiffany takes the belt from her, but at least she got the crown jewel. She can have bragging rights about the crown jewel.
See, this is why I need Nia to win the damn belt, because I know she's not carrying that crap with her every freaking week.
You know, that's what I'm saying. You want to give it to someone that's annoying to win the belt. You can see Nia is not really annoying with the belt, but she can let Tiffany hold it.
Can actually fit on Nia.
Yeah, that's true. No, that's true. That is so true. But Tiffany be walking around with the belt talking about, that like the butler.
Yeah.
So they're both going to be annoying with the belt. So this one is kind of hard, but I have to go with Liv because of the storyline with her and Rhea of always upping one on each other.
That's true too.
So, that's the reason why I'm going that way. But how is Tippy time going to play?
That's the most important piece of this whole match is which championship is she going to go for? And then
But this is a perfect time to do it because people will not think she's going to do it in Crown Jewels because it's not really a big thing. But if she does it here, it's going to blow up. If she takes it from Nia, it's even going to be bigger. But you think she's going to take it from Nia or take it from Liv?
I hope she takes it from Liv.
Yeah.
I really do.
So
I think she needs to get on a new show if she's going to have an actual championship.
Yeah, I don't think she... And then, do you really want to see her with a fight with Nia?
No.
It's not a believable fight.
No. I haven't been a fan of Tiffany Stratton since she joined NXT. So, at least put her on SmackDown where it's the gimmicky wins.
Yeah. And then I just found out Tiffany goes out with Gunther's side man.
That makes sense.
The one that goes like that?
Yeah. The big forehead.
Yeah.
That makes a lot.
They were on Instagram together. The first time I ever seen him smile because he was doing a challenge with him, and Nia is always doing challenges with the girls. And finally, I seen him out of his character.
Right.
So it was kind of cool, and I was like, okay, I can see them together, but But let's get to the other crown jewel: Cody Rhodes versus Gunther. Cody all day.
Cody. You know what?
This is his time.
I want Cody to do it, but I honestly feel they'll find a way to make it no contest.
True. Because Gunther, I don't see... Like, again, when Gunther had the long reigning, no one really knew he even had the belt. They was like, oh, snap, they forgot about him.
Yeah.
So and then they gave him this belt. I don't even feel like he earned this belt right away. But to get the Jew... No, Cody's storyline is so big that he needs to get this belt.
I mean, for me, I feel like that makes sense, but there's a huge problem here for the company in general, right? I feel like with the way that the women's division is built, if you were to say that one belt is better than the other, it doesn't really hurt.
Right.
Because right now, right, Liv Morgan is the women's champion for SmackDown, right? And Rhea, for Raw.
Nia.
For Raw.
Liv? Yeah. For Raw.
But Rhea is definitely the best female wrestler who got screwed out of her championship, right? So if Liv loses, she really isn't the rightful champion anyway. You get what I'm saying? Where if Nia loses, same thing. She's definitely cheated to win before. Bailey could have won. There are other women who have beaten Nia historically. Where if she loses to Liv, well, the most that you're gonna get is the Raw thinking that they're better than SmackDown brand, and that might actually help going into a Survivor Series type of thing.
Right.
But when you then have the WWE Championship and your newly established World Heavyweight Championship, especially since it's newly established, you don't want to say which number one title is better. You get what I'm saying?
Even though we know Cody Rhodes is one that's.
I mean, if we're talking wrestlers, I would definitely say Cody Rhodes.
Belt wise,
you don't want to kill but you don't want to kill the prestige of the new belt that's built on Seth Rollins' back, literally.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Because the World Heavyweight Belt is. This everybody's like, oh, the undisputed one is the biggest one. No, it's always been the World Heavyweight Belt because they never had an undisputed into Jericho.
And his was the WWE Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But if you're going to go back from the beginning, people like Pedro Sammartino and all these other people who held championship, even though the little round belt, but it was the world's champion type of belt.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. And then you got this undisputed one, and then you bring back the old one. So yeah, it is kind of hard to say.
Well, that's the other thing too that they messed up on. I feel is that your WWE Championship was already an undisputed dual championship.
Yeah, right? and then they.
But you didn't bring a new belt. Like you didn't bring the World Heavyweight Championship.
I never understood. I didn't understood that.
You brought in a whole brand new Universal whatever.
It was 3 times.
Yeah.
So it's the undisputed. Undisputed.
No, there was the undisputed championship when they first merged the
Jericho one.
Yeah, the Jericho one, right? That one they broke apart again.
That's what I'm saying, and then
they put it back.
No, it wasn't Edge, but it was in that era.
You're right.
It was in that era.
Put it back.
Then they split it up, and then Roman brought it up.
And then they brought it back.
That's why.
So but this belt that he holds is still technically 2 belts. There were people talking all the time about when he had 2 challengers, is he going to defend the 1 belt or 2?
Right.
And then eventually they merged the 2 separate belts into 1 physical belt, and then decided later after his reign to rebrand with a second championship. This is a brand new title. This is the WWE original. It doesn't hold any history behind it.
Yeah, definitely Cody all day, unless, like you said, they a no contest.
Yeah, I think what we're gonna get is a no contest, but it should be Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, we're running out of time here, but we're gonna talk the last 5 minutes here with the main event. Roman Reigns and the Usos versus the Bloodline.
I would just like to point out that it is crazy to me that you have 2 matches of champions fighting for a brand new championship, and you're still spending your time on freaking Roman Reigns' family issue.
Yeah.
As your main event.
Yeah.
And you don't even have, granted, main event Uso, ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
But it's a 3-on-4 fight right now.
Yeah. See, now I think, with Crown Jewels being not so great as all the other ones, maybe they need to do something here where maybe Jay walks out or gets pissed off or something, to make it better.
The big reveal will be the 4th Uso member, I promise you.
But would it be on this one or the next one?
I think it'll be on this one. I think at this event, you're going to have a 4th Uso come out of nowhere.
True. And they signed his cuz, so, the only one that they didn't sign had to go to Impact, I think. The skinny guy that he was on NXT.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody even knew he was one of the family members, but until they said something. Because he wasn't that great. So he's the black sheep of the family, I guess. Like, he's not a real good wrestler. So back to the, training.
Hey, remember, one of the best in the bloodline had to be teammates with the Hurricane. So let's not laugh on everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
No, but it's going to be, of course, it's going to be the Usos and Roman Reigns to win it.
You think so?
Yeah, just to make the story a little bit, And that's the only way, if they want to break up the bloodline for them to go to Roman, they have to make him lose because remember, according to him, if you lose, you downgraded yourself. That's why he took the tribal chief thing because Roman lost.
Right.
So if he loses, guess what? The other people, Roman can be like, look, you're gonna respect him. He lost too. You know what I'm saying? So it could help to get the guys to combine everybody together. And if they do, this is going to be an unstoppable. Well, they pretty much an unstoppable family in wrestling. So maybe the storyline is to put them all together as an unstoppable force.
7 bloodline members,
Could be.
or 6 really, because Jay's like, they like me now.
Yeah.
Yeet.
But the tag team belts will be going back to the Usos. So, you know, they hinting on it.
Yeah, that definitely got to have one more run.
And that's why I was thinking that they were going to take it from the bloodline because that would have been great.
I was really, really, really hoping though that the New Day gets one more belt run before the Usos come back.
Yeah. Yeah, the New Day, they got to stop playing with them. Give them the belt.
Come on, they're coming as Power Rangers, bro.
No, you know what would be great for the New Day? They start arguing, and all you hear is Biggie song come out, and he comes down and he says, listen, this is not going to happen no more. I'm going to manage y'all the right way. And now he can't wrestle, but he can still be a manager.
Yeah,
and then they get the belt because now he puts them in a back where they need to be.
Yeah.
They get there sometimes, but then the not the ego, but it's just a frustration of losing and all that. Yeah. So, you know, they were the New Day, and now all of a sudden they old Day. So, yeah, they definitely need to do it. Or the Usos get the belt, and then now Usos versus the New Day again, back again. You know, they did it with Dudley and Hardy's. You know, they kept bringing them back.
Let's not talk about all those. Some of them did not need to happen.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but you can't have greatness and just keep on putting it. Just give it to somebody else.
Yeah.
But you know, speaking of Dudley, I don't know if Bubba is thinking about coming back on the ring.
Bubba is coming back next one.
Well, he's always been in the ring. I'm talking about.
He's coming back Wednesday with Trick Williams to go against Ethan Page. And who's the fourth guy?
Wasn't it
and Rich Hollins.
Rich Hollins.
Yeah, because they're doing a one night only thing over at the 2300 Arena in Philadelphia where ECW started.
And you got to remember,
and
Bubba
Trick is from Philly.
Yeah, and Bubba Ray has been active with Impact. And
Bubba Ray, he's not completely out of the ring. No, I think Devon's been more out of the ring than Bubba, and he's still active, but not as much because he works behind the scenes with WWE, and he does a couple of things with the Dudleys here and there. But you know, that was our predictions. You probably got your own, but we'll find out tomorrow who if we were right or not, and then we'll come back with Dazzle Jewel.
With the Dazzle Jewel. But thank you guys. I've seen some people watching on YouTube as well. Thank you for watching. But let us know what you think, and we'll catch you next time when we come back and see if our predictions were correct. So have fun and enjoy wrestling.
Melo, he's your champion.
Yeah. You know, it's Tiffy time.
Oh, God.
Yay! Time's up.
Bring back Cena.